Good morning, Unity Bay Area, Houston. And welcome everybody joining us online now or at a later time. We are so grateful for each of you and for this time that we're moving into this holiday season. Now you see we have new decorations up. Everybody, ooh, ah, yeah. Thank you to Lindy Sherman and Sarah Thompson and John Martinez and let's see, who all, and Ronnie Kennedy and Kathy Pell, and there was a whole team in here, spent over half a day getting this building ready for Christmas, and we're so grateful for all the ways that they bring beauty into our lives with the garden and with the insides as well, so we're so grateful to all of them, and grateful to all of you to be here today with your presence. We know this is the season of holidays, it's the season of Christmas, and we're in the midst of it and ready to start to celebrate. Is anybody else ready for celebration? Yeah. We call this a Sunday celebration service for a reason. All right. Let us join together and first of all recognizing that unity is a positive, progressive, practical approach to Christianity based upon the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Yes, we honor every individual's right to choose a path that's right for them and the universal truth that is in every teaching. And it's such a powerful thing that you've chosen to be here with us in Unity. Yesterday I had a taxi driver up in Cleveland that was taking me to the airport, and he was from Casablanca in Morocco. And we had this wonderful conversation about interfaith and interculture and about how important that is in our time. And it got out of the cab and he runs around and goes, "Can I hug you?" And I'm like, "Yes." Of course. And it was just a beautiful exchange. And what we know is we're all hungry for that Christmas spirit, for that spirit of life and that spirit of truth and the spirit of love that is surrounding us. So we're going to celebrate that today and throughout this holiday season. And so at this time, we're going to do our affirmation for the week. Our affirmation this week, and as we know, this is really considered the second week of Advent, of the coming of the Christ, of the preparation for the coming of the Christ consciousness and the Christ birth. And so our affirmation this week is, I give the gift of peace. Together, I give the gift of peace. And we say that together in Doy el regalo de la paz. Together, doy el regalo de la paz. That's right. So let's give that gift of peace to our own heart and soul and to all the world as we rise together and share our first Christmas carol of the season. Are you ready? All right. Let's join Art and Ellen, and we'll begin looking a little bit like Christmas.
I see you ladies. I just want to know. I want you to know that. It's all of them. It's the whole row.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10 glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight you'll see is the holly that will be on your own front door. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, the one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you'll sing right within your heart.
Good morning, everyone. It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it? All right, my name is Dawn Pence. I am so glad that you joined us today. Let us begin our service together as we do each week as we affirm our statement of truth. There is one presence and one power in the universe and in me, God the good omnipotence. Prayer is the core practice that Unity teaches, our constant connection to divinity. Our prayer chaplains pray for your requests for 30 days, and they're sent to Silent Unity to be prayed on at the same time. And we love saying that that's double prayer power. Yes. The prayer request forms are in the foyer. We have a beautiful prayer chaplain team today. Carolyn Connolly, right there in the back, and Katie Phillips, right over there. Perfect. So after the service, you can meet Katie near the prayer room for one-on-one prayer, and Carolyn will lead us in a group prayer before our meditation. And for our digital viewers, whether you seek peace or have gratitude to express, please click the Request Prayer button in your bulletin, or you may leave us a prayer request through Facebook Messenger. And now, please join Reverend Kyra in prayer.
Thank you, Dawn. So let's take a moment and find this sacred place within, this awareness that is alive in us, alive with the Christ consciousness, alive with the divine spirit, the light of all. And we feel the power in this moment when all we have to do is turn our attention and say, yes, yes. I open my heart, I open my being to allow the spirit of love, the spirit of peace, the spirit of harmony to move through me and bring its presence right here, right now. That all may experience the joy and the wonder of that true essence of love and light within them. That they may feel the wholeness and the health and the well-being that we all know is the truth of our birthright. And we say thank you. Thank you for this birthright of all good, amazing grace flowing through our being. And we feel the power of that. We let loose that power that is at the core of us, the spiritual power that is beyond what this world understands. And we say thank you. Thank you to the divine that is alive and well in us. It blesses all of our teens and our kids and our infants, all those in the back, and all the teachers and those supporting them, and all of those that are here at this time, and those connected with us near and far. And we are grateful, grateful, grateful to feel this power and say thank you, God. Thank you, God, for being that presence that is alive within us. And through all circumstances and situations, we send this blessing out into the world that all may know and feel the peace of the divine that is here within and is within everyone. And as we open ourselves to send this light into the world, it goes forth as a mighty wave of love and peace. And we say, yes, together. Yes, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Kyra. Now it's time for announcements. Your Sunday e-bulletin, which was sent this morning, contains the week's announcements and all participation links. Please visit the connection table, which is out in the foyer, to sign up for our many events. All right, the first one, you guys, if you don't know about this, you're going to want to really listen up on this one. Today, after the service, Reverend Kyra will offer spiritual tools for today, perfectly named, right? From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Take this opportunity to understand what has changed in our spiritual energy and how to apply it for the most effect in your everyday life. This will be both a class to deepen your ability to find inner freedom through simple and easy practices, and an experience of healing through a very powerful black stone ceremony. Reverend Kyra will share her own in-depth experience and awareness of what is happening in this day and age and how it changes the rules of the game. We will bring our new and improved abilities to access spiritual transformation online in ways that we have desired. The love offering supports Unity Bay Area Houston, so please give generously. And know that we have a button set up in the bookstore. So if you would like to come to the class and you want to use a credit card or whatever to make your love offering, please know that you can come to the bookstore and do that. Next, let's see our next slide. Yep. The Earth Care team is meeting at 12:15 next Sunday, December 15th, and please make sure to connect to the latest events and efforts of this group. They do amazing things, don't they? Yes, and we appreciate them. The Unity Christmas carolers. Where are our Christmas carolers? Pretty much all of us, right? We're going to be spreading cheer on Tuesday, December 17th. Want to join us? Meet at the church at 10 a.m. to carpool or to follow the troop and travel as a group. This group usually briefly visits assisted living homes or those of our congregation who do not travel independently. It's a lot of fun, and the people that we visit just love it too. So it's just a love fest. So come out and join our singing love fest. Next is about Blue Christmas. The holidays bring emotion and retrospection. Join us for the deeply healing annual Blue Christmas Remembrance Ceremony. Please bring your memories to cherish, tears to release, and a small commemorative object to this meaningful, sacred, special service. This is Wednesday, December 18th at 6 p.m. And do you believe it's winter? Almost, yep. The winter solstice, yeah, we're feeling it now, right? Well, we're going to celebrate the official beginning of winter. You can join the Labyrinth Drummers on Saturday, December 21st at 6 p.m. So this one you got to catch because it gets darker earlier now. We're starting at 6 for the winter solstice drum circle with ciabatta. Dress for the evening's weather and bring a chair for your comfort. And of course your drum and your percussion instruments and your dancing moves, well. All right, and then finally, here's some new news to share with y'all. Do you want something truly meaningful this season? Our Universal Healing Group sessions are a beautiful way to show you care while supporting Unity Bay Area Houston. For a limited time, we are offering gift certificates to the Universal Healing Group Healing Day sessions. Gift the power of healing and positive energy to someone special in your life. The suggested donation is $20 each, just like when you attend, and the gift certificates can be purchased in the bookstore on Sundays through December 22nd. So all the Sundays leading up to Christmas, you can get them in the bookstore. And also, I just want to remind you guys before we go into the next thing that the Universal Healing Group is on a holiday break right now. So they're taking off the Thursday in, I think it's the 19th in December, and they're taking off January 4th for holiday break. So they'll be back on January 16th. So just know if you get a gift certificate, our next Universal Healing Group Day is January 16th. And now, please join me for our vision, mission, values, and affirmation. Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of a shared spiritual awakening. Our mission is to inspire minds, awaken hearts, and empower lives through the teachings of Jesus Christ and other expressions of universal truth. In all that we are and all that we live, we value unconditional love, connection, authenticity, inclusivity, trust, and compassion. We are living relevant spirituality now. And now to Ellen and Art.
Please rise.
Come
choir of angels. It was in the song and we heard it too, didn't we? Well, welcome again, everyone. Thank you for being here and sharing your unique energy and your personality with us. I have a test question. By a show of hand, who loves gingerbread? Any gingerbread lovers out there? I figured there'd be a few, yeah. See, that was easy. Now, if you're here for the very first time, please raise your hand so we may welcome you. Where's our first timers today? I see, oh, there we go, yay. All right, and another. So I see one over here, one over here. I'm seeing the heart stickers, right? Okay. So together we'd like to share our welcoming blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. So our new guests, you may have received a brochure. I'm guessing you might have because I see you have the heart sticker too. If you're sitting there and you're new, this is your chance to get your heart sticker and your brochure if you haven't gotten that already. Just raise your hand and the usher can bring that. After you fill out the guest card in the brochure, you can turn this in and you can go at a welcome table and choose a gift of your choosing. And our first-time online viewers, you may contact us through Messenger or on our Facebook page to choose your special gift, because we'd love to connect you to our unique events and show you what we mean when we say, we are living relevant spirituality now. We love saying that together, don't we? Yeah. Now we're going to center in for a reading of today's daily word by Wendy Hoggett, followed by group prayer with Carolyn Conley.
Hi, y'all. Today's daily word is peace. Our affirmation, as we already heard, is I give the gift of peace. I begin the second week of Advent by affirming the peace from myself and all beings, letting the peace of God flow through me. Peaceful living doesn't mean isolation from noise or turmoil. It means the calm even in the middle of chaos, hubbub, and fun. At this time of year, when so many seem busy and rushed, I rely on the peace of God that resides within to promote calm in my life and in the world. Prayer helps me stay centered, serene, and relaxed. I am as I relax, so I can be an instrument for God and find the peace, holding thoughts of tranquility and affirming peace in every beat of my heart. I move through this day in the Advent season, affirming kindness and compassion. I give the gift of peace and let the consciousness of my circle and tranquil goodwill. And from Romans chapter 15, verse 3, the God of peace be within all of you. Thank you.
Starlight shines, the night is still, shepherds watching from a hill. I close my eyes and see the night when love was born. A perfect child, godly ways, a mother bends to kiss God's face. I close my eyes and see the light when love was born. Angels fill the midnight sky, and they sing, perfect changed forevermore when love was born. I close my eyes, I see the night when love was born.
Good morning, friends, near and far. We're gathered together here in compassion and wisdom to share this moment together. And why do we do group prayer together? Because we stand as the giant sequoias. We have learned that although they appear individual, their roots are connected. Their roots have energy going back and forth between them. Their roots have microorganisms supporting the giant sequoias. Are we not like those magnificent trees connected together here in this moment in prayer? So please, as names, thoughts, images come to you of your family, your friends, your greater community that we're all living in, may you say them silently, and please whisper them or say them out loud as we join here in a few moments together, standing as the sequoias stand. We exhale, we inhale, and yes together. Let us, yes.
And as we continue in this moment of meditation, I invite you just to go even deeper into your being. Just taking a breath and let it go. We allow ourselves to be breathed by God right now. To know that that infinite source of our being, that connection to all that is breathing us. We just allow the breath of life and the breath of love to move through us, to allow this life energy, this light source, to move through and begin to harmonize us back to our divine blueprint, to the wholeness and the oneness and the realization of ourselves as a divine and sacred container of the divine, a presence for light and love that is bringing that light into the world. For we birth this Christ consciousness within us and say yes, yes to allowing that spirit of life and love to move through us today. And let the spirit of joy and the spirit of peace begin to just settle in to, it's a quiet, peaceful joy, a joy that celebrates all of creation in every form and every experience. And as we open to this time of quiet inside, we allow all of the energies of the mind that likes to chatter, the voices, the tensions of the body, all the ways that we get caught into the experiences and feelings of a given moment, we let it all just slip away, just dissolve like the clouds of the sky dissolve. And the radiance of the sun shines within us, bringing this light deeply into our roots, deeply into the expressions of our world. And we anchor ourselves in this moment in a deep inner silence and open to the wisdom and the knowing that is within us, that all is well and peace prevails in me now. Let's go into the silence now. as we travel on this Christmas journey together. Understanding the story that was told is the story of ourselves and our own fulfillment as Christ beings. We also know that peace and the peace of God and the breath of God moves through us. The breath of heaven moves us along the path of our journey. And we feel the power of that breath every single moment. And remember, peace is the basis of our journey. And so as we open ourselves this day, we are going to share the words of a Lord's Prayer from an Aramaic translation together. Beloved oneness, breathing life of all, holy is our essence. Create your reign of unity now. Your one desire acts with ours and vibrates light to form. Fulfill this day all need for bread and insight. Forgiveness releases us and we remember wholeness. We are free from inner and outer deception and walk your path with joy. You are the power of these truths and unite my words, thoughts, feelings, and actions through this prayer. In gratitude, my heart knows it is so. Amen and yes.
I have traveled many moonless nights, cold and weary, with a baby inside, and I wonder what I've done. Holy Father, you have come and chosen me now to carry your Son. I am waiting in a silent prayer, and I'm frightened by the load I bear in a world as cold as stone. Must I walk this path alone? Be with me now. Be with me now. Breath of heaven, hold me together. Be forever near me. Breath of heaven. Breath of heaven, light in my darkness, pour over me your holiness, for you are holy. Breath of heaven. Do you wonder as you watch my face if a wiser one should have my place? breath of heaven.
That one always gets me. It's one of my all-time favorites in the Christmas season because we are at a time always that we're needing to rely on something beyond ourselves to find the inner awareness, the comfort, the experience that we're seeking in our lives. And that breath of heaven is often the place we go. As we open this season, and one of the things we'll be talking about are things like Mary's journey and Joseph's journey and the different understandings of how they represent aspects of ourselves. Mary is that purity in us that is devoted to be who we're here to be the greatest version, to bring forth what is ours to bring forth in the world. And sometimes that feels like a heaviness with this, or a burden, or we give ourselves over completely, and yet it doesn't mean the path is easy. And so we know her path was not always easy, was it? And so in our own journey, we get to say, how do I embrace the path? And I find ways to find this as a season of comfort. I love this season, and this year Daily Word and Unity put out a publication called A Season of Comfort with various things in there. And I loved that title because I do think Christmas is a time when we find certain comforts in our being, certain comforts in understanding the story in a way that relates to us individually, to recognize that this isn't about something that happened 2,000 plus years ago. It's about what's alive in us right now. Right now, where I am, what is alive in me that wants to find the comfort and joy of the season? I noticed, I said this I think last week, I noticed that in the midst of this time of where we are in our world and the chaos that surrounds us, that more than ever we're seeking that spirit that is alive in us, that spirit of joy, to birth forth the Christ. And in that process, one of the things that's happened is everybody's put their Christmas decorations up so early. You know, it's like they're like way earlier than the past. We were joking about the other day that, they're going to start putting them up after Labor Day next, and it's fun, but a part of it because we're seeking comfort, right? This is a season of comfort, of joy, of recognition of the true spirit that this season represents. And as we begin to open and start to understand this story that is alive in us, what are we birthing that is ours to bring forth in our spirit, in our truth, in our essence, in how we show up in the world? Because we are all birthing something new. We're in a time that is calling us to be in a place of embracing one another like Yusuf embraced me, my Moroccan friend in the taxi. And so it's about our recognition that we are embracing one another in new ways. And what is it that brings that comfort in this season? How do we find that comfort that is not just a momentary thing, but is a lasting experience, that is one that we walk through the world in a place of joy, in a place of peace, of living from a higher consciousness? When we take that trip to Bethlehem, which is happening in our couple, and we are doing it within ourselves, Mary represents, I'll tell you that more in a minute, but Bethlehem represents the place of substance. It represents a place of where we get our true substances from the one source of all, that we're living from the substance of God. The very breath of God is what animates us, what lives in us. And so when we travel to this place, we begin to understand what is the source of our own Christ consciousness, what is the source of our own light, our own love, however name you want to put to it. But in that journey, we do seek comfort along the way. You know, we want to do this in new ways. And this year, it's especially significant because I feel one of the things we're releasing is the patterns of suffering that we've lived in for a long time. And so we've often bought into an idea that we need to sacrifice and suffer to get to our comfort. And I want to invite us to know that no, the comfort is available to us moment by moment by moment when we turn in to this divine light. You know, I love a lot of things about this season, you know, because everybody does have, they're just in a compassionate, giving mood in the Christmas season. People are cheery. They're running around with bells on their ears or their toes or wherever, you know, and I love that. And of course, bling is everywhere, and you know I love my bling. And so, so of course, it's a season that brings me great joy and comfort in seeing how we show up. We wear bright colors, right? The Christmas season colors. And whether it's the purple of Advent or it's the red and the green of Christmas, we decorate our trees with lights. You know, I have some friends in Arizona that they go out into a field where people walk and all this kind of stuff in the neighborhood, but there's a big field but there's one little tree. Well, they started going out each year and putting lights on the tree. All right? And then somebody else has actually decorated some stones and put them around the tree. And somebody else came and put a star on top. And each year it starts expanding, is that the whole neighborhood has embraced this lonely little tree in this field to bring that Christmas spirit. So a part of what we're looking at is what does bring us that spirit of Christmas, that spirit of love, that spirit of comfort in this season. So I'm going to share with you, because one of my favorite things are some of the Christmas season poems that are out. And I especially like some of those that have, of course, a little bit of a spiritual or metaphysical twist. And so those that were always like, oh, finally something that kind of speaks to it in a language that I personally like. And I love that. So this one is the week before Christmas instead of the night before Christmas. All right? So it's the week before Christmas, and all through each day, people are generous and loving and gay. The stockings are hung by the chimney with care, overflowing with love for everyone to share. I sleep soundly each night, so snug in my bed, while visions of miracles dance in my head. And then in a twinkling, I hear in my mind that the universe is abundant, loving, and kind. Now trust, now peace, now health and wholeness, on beauty, on harmony, on love and kindness. There is enough for all, each deserves the best. As I spiral upwards on my amazing quest, as I manifest my dreams with energy and fizz, I am grateful to say, and so it is. So we have the opportunity to recognize that every moment we have a choice of going to the comfort and to the source, to go to our own Bethlehem, our own place of peace within us, where we find that inner substance that will bring us up to a higher level expression. And to me, Breath of Heaven, I love this song because it represents something that we can all do. That in that moment, sometimes have you noticed in the moment of when you're stressed or you're having a lot of anxious thoughts or whatever, you stop breathing or you breathe very shallowly. Yeah. That's why they, yes. And in the midst of that when we exhale and we allow the breath of the divine to come in and source us and to bring us that breath of life, then something happens just by breathing deep. We bring a new peace into our being. And so when we begin to recognize, oh, I am being breathed by the divine. That breath of heaven is here for me now in this moment. Let me not forget in this moment of whatever I'm experiencing that I can access. And, and that's why this song touches me so deeply, because on this journey, we've all had pain. We've all had challenges. And we've all had moments when we have been crying out for something to give us relief and comfort in that moment. True? And so in that moment, to recognize, it's as close as a breath. And that when I can go, all right, breath of heaven, come to me now. Let me experience you. Let me know that you are breathing me. Let me recognize I give all that I am to the journey, all that I am to who I'm here to be and what I'm to bring forth into this world. And sometimes that challenges us, right? It challenges us to go into that place and be a place of peace for others in the midst of their turmoil. To be a place of compassion for those that are facing challenges that they don't know how to overcome. All right? For us to be the loving kindness in this world, this is where we offer comfort to one another and we allow ourselves be comforted. Because the truth is we each need comfort in ourselves. We need to know that we are connected in every moment and especially in those challenging moments. I'm going to give you another poem in a minute, but I want to say that this, for me, the breath of heaven, the breath of God, is my happy place. Right? Have you ever thought of it that every time you take a breath, it could be your happy place? Ooh, instead of a happy meal, we're going to have a happy place, a happy breath. All right? So I call it my happy place when I when I let it go in that moment, right? Because I'm getting out of the way for the divine to do what the divine knows to do through me. I don't need to figure it out. I'm getting that part of me out of the way. Every Sunday I go, none of me and all of thee. You come in and take this over because I don't know what to say, right? But we know Spirit knows. And it's true with us in every moment of life, everywhere we show up. Because sometimes we're showing up to things that we don't have a clue how to respond to, how to be, and yet Spirit in us knows. So allow that breath of heaven to work with you, to bring you a season of comfort. But we also want to share that the season of comfort comes in many ways in the Christmas season. I don't know about you. How many of you like Christmas lights? You like yeah. And I remember, have you ever had times where maybe you were struggling in your life financially or you were having some kind of challenge and you went out and you saw the Christmas lights or the decorations, how creative they get? That I saw one the other day and it's a little dinosaur and it's got little Santa riding on the back, And it's like he's going, woo, woo. And I was just, it made me laugh. It made me smile that, we're combining our ancient history, before the time of Christ with Santa Claus, Then they had a manger scene too. So it was a full-on yard full of all the different things. But, sometimes it's the comforts come from the little things. From going and singing a Christmas carol with someone, from, having a cup of hot cocoa, right? And celebrating, listening to the bells, we love to go to the tree lightings that happen. So recognize, I think this year, we've been wanting to go a long time and we finally decided we're going to go to hear the Hallelujah chorus at the symphony this year, and I'm so excited. It's a very long production. It's like 3+ hours long, but I know I'm so excited because there's something in that stirs the soul. So what way are you allowing the comfort of this season, the comfort of the Christ Spirit in you, to bring you into a place of peace and harmony so that we let go of the outer thoughts of the world and we come to a place where we walk through the world shining the light of the Christ consciousness. I mean, that's what we're called to as people of unity, people of consciousness. We recognize we're not here just because it's about, let me get a present. It's about how can I give to the world all these things that Christ represents. And why we have Advent, the preparation, because to bring forth the true light of Christ, it also requires a peace within our soul. So the place of comfort is I'm at peace within myself. So therefore I can bring peace no matter what the circumstances. right? No matter what is happening out here, I can be a presence for peace. And each one of us are being invited to that. You know, there's one of the things that's really exciting about all of the different activities at Christmas. There's more concerts, and there's more Christmas pageants and Christmas plays and sing-alongs and different activities that are going on. I mean, even the holiday markets. People have made things that they sell, and you get to honor and buy things, or you make things. You know, I have had many Christmases where I didn't have money to do things at the time, but I made things for my family. That maybe I did sketches for them, or I wrote them all letters to tell them how much I appreciated them and what they bring to me. And you know what? Those were the best Christmas gifts. I got more feedback of them loving what I brought rather than when I was buying a bunch of stuff, right? And so I'm not saying don't buy the stuff. If you have that and want to do that, and bring your joy into it, just put your joy into it, right? Because it's all the ways that we get comfort. I get comfort from buying gifts for my loved ones, for everyone, right? I love to do that. As I go travel overseas, and I come back with something for the whole congregation because I want to give, and it feels good to be thinking of the ways to give when I'm out in the world. You know, and this is a part of what brings comfort to us, because I'm no longer in what's wrong with the world, or, oh, what I'm anxious about, what the future might be. I'm in the moment of what can I give that's going to celebrate another, that's going to open their heart, that's going to give them something that they feel joyous about, right? So when we go into this place of comfort within ourselves, it gives me comfort to give. Does it give you comfort to give? You know, so many of us, we have a hard time receiving, and that's the other side of that equation we'll talk about. That's a whole mastery in itself, to be a good receiver. And all of the great masters had to learn to receive all the adoration that came to them. And they had to be good, not to go, oh, no, you know, which is what we do, right? You know, oh, well, no, oh, thank you, but no, you know. Oh, that's so sweet of you, but oh, no, not me, you know. You know who I'm talking about here. Yeah, we all do it. And what we're learning is that mastery of having the comfort of giving from our hearts and receiving from our hearts. Because you give someone else the gift of giving, of them being received when you receive their gift as well. So their thoughtfulness that went into whatever they purchased or made or did for you, and it's a beautiful thing. And so in this moment, we get to look at what is it to carry that childlike joy as a part of the comfort we bring into the world and that we live into ourselves. Because that's another thing about Christmas, right? There's a childlike joy and a wonder and what's going to happen this year? What's Santa going to bring me? Or whatever it might be, you know, that happens with children in the midst of this. So we get to be in that childlike joy and wonder. And I'm going to share another poem with you at this time called Child's Wonder. See, these are things that bring me comfort. I pull these out every year, and I get excited to see these little poems again and to share them. And I don't know, this is author unknown. Daddy, he said, his eyes full of tears, will you talk to me and quiet my fears? Those bad boys at school are spreading a lie about the impossibility of reindeer that fly. There's no Santa Claus, they say with a grin. There's not one now, and there never has been. Well, how can one man take all those toys to thousands of girls and boys? But I told them, Daddy, that they were not right, that I would come home and find out tonight. Mama said, wait till you come home. Please tell me now that I was not wrong. His daddy looked at his questioning face and puffed his pipe while his frantic mind raced. He had put this off as long as he could. He had to think fast, and it better be good. Whispering a prayer, he began with a smile. Well, climb on my lap and let's talk for a while. Remember at church how we learned to pray, asking God to take care of us each day? And you know how we say grace before each meal? to this same God who we know to be real, though we never see him, but we know he is there, watching his children with such loving care. God started Christmas a long time ago when he gave us the Christ child to love and to know. A spirit of giving came along with that birth, and God's generosity filled the whole earth. Man had to name this spirit of giving, and so just as he names all things that are living, the name Santa Claus came to mind, probably the best name of any to find. There is, you can see, and I think quite clear, truly a Santa who visits each year. A spirit like God, whom we never see, he enters the hearts of your mother and me. Each year at Christmas, for one special night, there's a Santa Claus here, and it makes everything right. The real spirit of Christmas is in you and in me. And I hope you are old enough now to see that as we believe and continue to give, our friend Santa Claus will continue to live. So, finding our comfort in the messages and our understanding of them and the ways that we operate with this spirit of the Christ birth, this spirit of this journey that we take to be more of who we're here to be true to our inner selves. Because that's what I notice is when people are in that Christmas spirit, they're true to what is the truth of them as a light and as love and as peace in their soul. And we begin to come out and live a different way. As we, in the olden days, what they did is they believed a lot in the prophets. They had prophets that would tell them different things. And a lot of those were prophets. There were prophets of doom and gloom, but there were prophets of hope. And so we have the choice. There are prophets in our world. A lot of people are self-proclaimed prophets these days, if you hadn't noticed. They think they know what's going to happen. And part of what we're doing is learning what prophecies do we listen to. Do we listen to the prophecies that are claiming the good, that are bringing forth the higher awareness? And it brings me comfort to listen to those positive, uplifting prophecies. In Isaiah 9, there was a prophecy that was made, and it said, "But there will be no gloom for those in anguish, but in the latter time he will make glorious the way of the sea, the land beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. For a child born for us, a son given to us, authority rests upon his shoulders, and he is named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. His authority shall grow continually, and there shall be endless peace for the throne of David and his kingdom. He will establish and uphold it with justice and with righteousness from this time on and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this." So this prophecy is about us birthing that Christ consciousness. That when we go to that place, it is here as a wonderful counselor for each one of us. When we turn within, we feel the power of that, and we find the comfort that is available in a higher prophecy, in a higher awareness, in our turning to that which can take us beyond anguish and grief into a deep peace, into a recognition that there is good that is happening, that the Christmas spirit is about us bringing forth the awareness of that Christ light within each one of us. And I love that is the part of it. So we are each being called to be that Christmas spirit, to be that Christ light, to bring the peace into the world. And to me, the comfort that I get out of Christmas is when I see someone in a place of peace. I see someone with a gentle smile on their face, or laughing and joyously, or being present to being willing to receive or give. Either one is equally as comforting to my soul because I recognize that Christ's Spirit is alive in that moment. Notice this season where the comfort comes when you see the Spirit of the Christ in the outer experiences of your life. And when you notice them within yourself, when you take in that breath of heaven and allow yourself to be supported through a moment of doubt or fear, and instead allow that Spirit to move you to know all is well. All is well right here and right now. So there are many deep meanings of Christmas, and I want to share one more poem that's going to touch into this, what we think of as the spiritual or metaphysical understanding. And a dear friend of mine I met from England, who was at Unity Village when I was there taking classes, wrote this, Kenneth Bradley. And we share a birthday, so we had an instant connection when we met, and I still keep in touch with him every year on his birthday, and got to visit he and his wife when I went to England one year, to Windsor. So here's called Your Christmas Story by Kenneth Bradley. You have heard the Christmas story, how the angel brought the news that a child would come to Mary, the Messiah of the Jews, of the journey into Bethlehem, the manger, and the inn, and a baby come in swaddling clothes to save the world from sin. You have heard how Eastern wise men followed star signs in the sky, and how shepherds on a wintry night heard angels sing on high. And we sing in joy and gladness how they worshiped him that day, the newborn infant Jesus, who would show the world the way. But there is another meaning to this well-loved tale we're taught. It is for you and about you, your God self, your power of thought. Mary is your feeling nature. Jesus is your Christ mind. Wise men, oxen, sheep, and shepherds are your thoughts of every kind. And the story starts with Mary. It is she who makes the choice. Let her listen in the silence for your inner angel's voice. Let your inner feeling Mary make a journey to a place, bare and simple like the stable, where she waits upon God's grace. In that secret hidden temple, let your feeling self give birth to that holy child within you, to the Son of God on earth. This, your inner Lord now tells you, you are wise, your way is clear. You are whole, you know no sickness. You are love, you know no fear. Like a flower in full perfection, petals from the bud unfurled, you are the Christ child, the child of God. You are the Savior of your world and the world. So, as we open to the places where we find comfort, let them bring you to a higher awareness of your true Christ purpose, and live this season of comfort with peace in your heart and soul and joy in your being. God bless you, friends. Have a fabulous week. Come on up, Don. This is the season of giving, and I want to begin by saying thank you to all the givers in here, because it is a season of giving, and we received your gifts with joy in our hearts, and I just want to acknowledge that at this time.
Yes. So in this season of giving that Kyra talked about, we celebrate that Santa Claus spirit that shines in each of us, and that also supports our spiritual home. In that Santa Claus spirit, we are grateful that once again, one of our congregants has set up a $1,000 matching fund. That's yes, right? So what does that mean? It means that any tithes that you make on top of your regular tithes from today until the end of December will be matched. So that's any dollar amount that you tithe on top of your regular ones, up to a total of $1,000 will be matched. So in order to do this, you need to indicate matching fund on your check, like write it on the memo line, or if you donate online, you can put it in the notes section. So what do you guys think? Do you think this also is double prayer power? Yeah. That's what I was thinking, yes. So thank you for all the ways you support Unity Bay Area Houston.
Thank you, Don. Doesn't our treasurer do a great job? Yeah, we're so grateful. All of our board and all of our people, so thank you all. All right, this is the time we do give our blessing on the gifts we are giving, and so let's take our hands to our hearts, or on your gifts, or in those that are going through the ethers online and through our website. We say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is. going to do our blessing on all of our prayer requests as well as our offerings here. Thank you, Katie and Maria. And let's all join together. We celebrate divine abundance. We gratefully live, breathe, and experience abundance and generosity. Thank you, God, for the flow of resources through our ministry to bless the world. We rejoice as all our prayers are answered. We are grateful, blessed, and prosperous. Yes, we are. And as we close out today, I want to tell you about an opportunity to give, another opportunity. Besides saying thank you to Instagram and put us out, share us on all your social media. We have snowflakes in on the tree in the gathering room that represent gifts for the children in our ministry from families that could use some support. And so you can pick up a snowflake, buy the gift, put it on the actual gift, the snowflake, so they know what child it belongs to, and bring it back. And we'll bring those back by December 22nd, I think. Is that right? By December 22nd. And that way, then those gifts will be distributed to the kids in our ministry that could use, the families that could use extra support, and the kids to have an extra abundant Christmas. And we want that for everyone, don't we? So that's an exciting thing. And if you're somebody that you've got and need help in your family and want to let us know, you can talk directly to Wendy or Remy Hoggett, and either of them will make sure that we also find ways to support your family during this holiday season. We want everyone to have an abundant and a joyous Christmas. And so thank you for all the ways that you give. Sharon Hickey made us Christmas cookies today, and including gluten-free. Thank you, Sharon. So I know there's goodies out there for everyone. We do have the unique boutique continuing, lots of fun jewelry and things at good prices. So take advantage of that if you'd like. And we would like you to know that our Christmas Eve service will be at 6 p.m. as we normally do it on Christmas Eve. We will also do a candle lighting on the 22nd. They're different, but they also have that element if you can't make it Christmas Eve. But we would love to have you and your families here with us then. So at this time, we're going to do this now. I'm going to tell my AV people we're not going to shut off the AV today because we're doing Feliz Navidad instead of the peace song. Anybody up for that? Let's do our prayer for protection. Let's stand and do that, and Feliz Navidad. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Take it away. Now the jingle bell is coming.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. bottom of my heart.
Yeah, I heard those cha-cha-chas in there. And so we say, yay, God. Have a fabulous week, everybody.
All right, get this shit out. Get this shit out my face. Don't